picture-perfect night here in Murfreesboro for the second round of the TSSAA playoffs. Over 50 Middle Tennessee teams punched their ticket to the postseason last week, and now only a handful of teams remain and are competing in the second round of the playoffs tonight. I'm Jill Jelnick. Welcome in to Football Frenzy Live, sponsored by Wilson Bank and Trust. Over the next half hour, we'll preview all the biggest showdowns in Middle Tennessee tonight. A lot of exciting second round matchups, including this game right behind me. We're live at Oakland High School, where the Patriots host the Mount Juliet Golden Bears for the second round of the 6A playoffs. We'll also take a look at Division II, including a big AAA showdown tonight as the undefeated Ensworth Tigers host the NBA Big Red in the quarterfinals. Of course, we'll have our FFL forecasts, our Fox 17 Top 17, and much, much more. But first, let's start the night with our Game of the Week. Our Game of the Week features two of the top teams in Class 6A this season, the Oakland Patriots and the Mount Juliet Golden Bears. The Patriots are no stranger to the postseason and have dominated Class 6A for the better part of the last decade. Head coach Kevin Creasy and his program has won the state title a total of 7 times, dating all the way back to 1984. Now, their most recent stretch of titles came as recent as 2 years ago when the Patriots were crowned the 3-time defending champs from 2020 to 2022. They came up short last year in the title game, but vowed to make it back once again.
You know, last year we ended up losing in the championship, so it'd be special just to get back, hopefully avenge that loss, but there's a lot of football ahead of us, a lot of ball games, left to play before we even get to that point. So we've got a formidable opponent Friday night and a long way to go. Played Mount Juliet last year in the playoffs. Seems like we played them a lot of times in the playoffs. Well-coached team has always played hard every snap, really good record, and so we're expecting a tough game Friday.
You heard Coach Creasy mention facing Mount Juliet last year in the playoffs. Well, these two teams seem to always find one another in the postseason, and unfortunately for the Golden Bears, getting past the Patriots has been their kryptonite. Mount Juliet has lost to Oakland in the second round of the playoffs 2 out of the last 4 years. But this year, head coach Trey Perry believes he has the team to finally get over that playoff hump. The Golden Bears have 33 seniors on this year's team, and Coach Perry says even if no one else believes that they can take down Oakland tonight, every single player in his locker room believes they can.
In this locker room, no. Everywhere else, yeah, the expectation is that we're going to get beat. And I understand that expectation because we have. They've been hard-fought games. I think the difference between Mount Juliet in this setting and a lot of other teams is that we've played for 4 quarters with them. We've just got to find a way to get through that 4th quarter, and I think that's the message we've been talking about all week long, and I think Oakland's aware of that. It's not like we're going to sneak up on them. They're super prepared. They've been in state championship games for a reason. But if we want to change the narrative, there's one way to do it, and go out there and win tomorrow night.
Plenty of other exciting 6A playoff games tonight, and also a handful of games over in Division II, including a big AAA showdown tonight between the Ensworth Tigers and also the NBA Big Red. Now, this is Division II AAA quarterfinals tonight. Winner of this one moves on to the semis. For more on this game, let's bring in our FFL reporter, Caitlin Miller, joining us now live from Ensworth. And Caitlin, certainly a lot of hype surrounding the Tigers and the Big Red tonight.
Jill, tonight's the Division II AAA quarterfinals and a big rivalry game with NBA going up against Ensworth. Ensworth has been undefeated this season, so they had to bye the first round of playoffs. And NBA just clinched their first playoff win last week against Briarcrest, winning by 1 point in the final quarter. Now, Ensworth defense has only allowed 4.3 points per game this season, so NBA's offense will have their work cut out for them tonight. Ensworth has a lot of talent and depth, led by Mr. Football semifinalist and Tennessee commit Ethan Utley. They also have big momentum, going 10-0 in the regular season. The first time the program has done this since 2012, and Coach Tim Hasselbeck was able to do that his first season as head coach. NBA's coach Marty Uverard says to beat a team like this, they're going to have to play error-free football. NBA has faced challenges this season, losing their starting quarterback, Hugh Price, week 1 against Pearl Cone when he broke his collarbone and was out for several games. But he's healthy and playing tonight. Ensworth beat NBA earlier this season 35-14, but anything could happen tonight.
Just kind of such a cool environment, and so now to be a part of it as the coach, to see some of the success that we've had as a team, and then also to see our community come together, right? Like, we have a drum line that walks us out to games now that we didn't have before. We've, I've heard from alumni that hadn't been to games in a number of years. And so,
we've had a lot of adversity going on this year, but our guys have stayed the course, stayed together. And, like I said, I think it's just a matter of us going out, playing a clean game and just really playing together as a team and not make a lot of mistakes, because they're too good a football team to make mistakes.
The game here at Ensworth kicks off tonight at 7. We're expecting a huge crowd because, like we said, it's the quarterfinals and a big rivalry game. Now, the winner of tonight's game will go off to the semifinals to play the winner of either Christian Brothers versus McCauley. It'll be the winner of that game. Reporting live from Ensworth, I'm Caitlin Miller, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Time now for our FFL forecast, and for that, let's bring in the other member of our crew, our Code Red meteorologist, Brett Luna, joining us now from Oakland High School. Brett, we're getting closer and closer to our game of the week. The Golden Bears right next to me, getting hyped up, and I know you're hyped up for tonight, especially since the weather should be pretty good for the second round.
Well, hey, everybody, we are out here in Murfreesboro right now. Oakland playing Mount Juliet. Kickoff is in 23 minutes, so not too far away from that. It is a little bit chilly out here, too. Earlier, I was talking how it was really cold. I'm not a fan of this cold weather, but everybody out here that I'm seeing, except really the players, pretty bundled up. It should be a really nice night for any of these football games, no matter where you're at across Middle Tennessee or Southern Kentucky. Right now in Murfreesboro, we're at 54 degrees. I think temperatures aren't going to be dropping a whole lot as we head through the rest of the football game time for the most part. I think we should stay in the lower 50s down here in the Murfreesboro area. Overnight low temperatures tonight, though, are going to get kind of chilly. We're going to have more coming up on that. We'll also show you what your weekend is looking like. If you have any weekend plans, I think it's shaping up to be a really good one, but some colder air is on the way. I'll let you know when that arrives. Also, when you can expect the next rain chance coming up here in just a bit.
We are just getting started here on Football Frenzy Live. Coming up after the break, we'll preview the other top second-round matchups tonight, including two twin head coaches facing off against each other. The Frenzy is back right after this. You're watching Football Frenzy Live! Welcome back to Football Frenzy Live, sponsored by Wilson Bank and Trust. Football fans, bundle in up as we inch closer and closer to our game of the week here at Oakland High School. The Patriots hosting Mount Juliet Golden Bears for the second round of the 6A playoffs. Certainly a lot of eyes on this 6A matchup tonight, especially since both these teams come into tonight 10-1 on the season, and the Patriots knocked out the Golden Bears in the second round last year. But it's certainly not the only 6A matchup tonight. And also, there's a game not too far down the road from Oakland High School with another big 6A showdown. The Blackman Blaze at the home of the Riverdale Warriors. Now, that one is also going to be a good one because the winner of that plays the winner of Oakland and Mount Juliet tonight. Speaking of the Blaze, they are coming off a huge first-round upset when they knocked off number 1 seed and unbeaten Green Hill last week. That's how they got to the second round tonight. Quarterback Jonathan Hamby finished with 5 touchdowns in the game and will look to keep it going against their rivals, the Riverdale Warriors. By the way, this game tonight also round 2 of the Kreisky Brothers Bowl. That's right, Blackman head coach Matt Kreisky going up against his twin brother and head coach of Riverdale, Will Kreisky. The two of them faced off back in October. In the regular season, Riverdale came out on top 24-7. On the other side of the 6A bracket, the Brentwood Bruins taking on the Stewart's Creek Red Hawks. Red Hawks only made it to the first round of the playoffs last year and have only suffered one loss this season back in week 2 against Blackman. Since then, Stewart's Creek has been tough to beat. Bruins will have to take them down tonight if they want to advance past last year's 6A semis last season. Now, other games in action tonight in 5A playoffs. The Springfield on the road at Henry County. 10-1 Southwind at 10-1 Beach. Also Nolensville at Shelbyville. And excuse me, I think I passed over the Ravenwood game. Ravenwood with a big matchup tonight. You can't forget about that one. Now, going back to the other matchups. Nolensville at Shelbyville. Shelbyville carried by star running back Robert Bailey. Already has 17 touchdowns this season. In 4A, Pearl Cone Firebirds on the road taking on Chester County. In 3A, Liberty Creek at White House Heritage. In Division 2 AAA, Brentwood Academy at Father Ryan. BA quarterback and Tennessee commit George McIntyre, already with 11 touchdowns this season. And in AA, undefeated CPA Lions hosting Grace Christian out of Knoxville, and Nashville Christian hosting Middle Tennessee Christian tonight. Winner, that one moves on to the semis, and that one I skipped over, it's a big one, Ravenwood hosting the Franklin Admirals in the 6A playoffs tonight, second round. Should be a good one as well. Well, stay with us. We're not done yet. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at the NBA Big Red, especially the adversity they've faced this season with their 2 quarterbacks. That story next.
You're watching Football Frenzy Live!
Welcome back to Football Frenzy Live, sponsored by Wilson Bank and Trust. We are inching closer and closer to our game of the week as the Oakland Patriots get ready to host the Mount Juliet Golden Bears. Second round of the 6A playoffs. Certainly not the only big game in Middle Tennessee tonight. Over in Division 2, arguably the biggest game at that level is the Ensworth Tigers hosting the NBA Big Red in the Division 2 AAA quarterfinals. NBA experienced a lot of adversity this season, especially in the week 1 when their starting quarterback Hugh Price went down with an injury and their freshman quarterback Charlie Werner had to pick up in his place. Since then, the team has rallied around both quarterbacks as they try to pull off the upset tonight over Ensworth. For more on those 2 quarterbacks, Caitlin Miller joins us now from Ensworth High School.
Jill, we're here with NBA's starting quarterback Hugh Price and freshman quarterback Charlie Werner. I mean, Hugh, what was it like? You got hurt. You hurt your collarbone week 1 of the season against Pearl Cone. What was that like? But what was it also like to step up and help Charlie throughout the season?
I mean, obviously it was disappointing, going down week 1, a couple plays into the third quarter. A lot of high expectations for this year, and then to have a long injury, coming back like that, it was definitely tough. But I mean, I think it definitely tested my leadership abilities, coming in and just helping Charlie get through the 8 weeks that he was, and did a great job, and he did what we asked him to do,
And Charlie, you had huge shoes to fill, right? You're a freshman, came in the game, in the middle of the game against Pearl Cone, pulled off a win against the defending state champs. What was that like?
I mean, I saw Hugh's helmet come off, so I knew I was coming in for at least one play, and then he came off to the sideline with all the trainers, so I knew I was probably going to finish the game. And then after that, I kind of just, obviously the first play was great, scored a touchdown, but after that we were just playing football from there. And then, Hugh showed up the rest of the next 7 weeks that I was playing, and he helped me get through all the practices and just told me what I need to do. And, the whole summer I'd been behind Hugh, obviously, so I was looking up to him and just learning from him the whole way through, and I just tried to do what Coach and Hugh wanted me to do. So.
Yeah, that's amazing to see the whole team come behind you. Hugh, huge game here tonight against Ensworth. They're undefeated. What is it going to take to beat them tonight?
I mean, I think it starts, with toughness, just in believing that we can win. Obviously, we know they're good. Just minimalize mistakes, play hard, play fast, and hopefully we can pull out a win. And that's going to be what it takes, just believing and toughness, playing physical, starts up front, starts with me, and then just keep riding the wave all throughout the game.
We're glad to see you healthy and back out here tonight. Good luck to you both, and Jill, we'll send things back to you.
Well, for the first time this football season, I feel like I can actually say this is fall football weather. We have the jacket, we have the beanies on, fans bundling up. It looks like it's going to be a great night. For more on our FFL forecast, let's bring in Brett Luna standing by at Oakland High School. Brett, looks like the weather is going to hold and make for a perfect second round of the playoffs.
Hey everybody, we are out here at Murfreesboro. It's a little bit chilly. We're down here for the Oakland versus Mount Juliet game. Some of the players are just starting to come out of the gates right now. The game still has another about 10 minutes or so until kickoff, so we got just a little bit longer. There are some fans in the stands, and every single one of them that I see pretty much bundled up. They got scarves on, blankets on, all dressed up head to toe. It is a little bit cool out here. We were in the about 54 degrees or so, low to mid 50s last time I checked. And then as we go through the rest of the night, though, I think we're still going to stay a little bit cool. Lower 50s throughout much of the football games tonight. About 40 degrees for the overnight low temperature later on tonight. No rain for any of these games. I think the weather looks great. This weekend is going to be really nice too. So if you have any outdoor plans, Saturday, Sunday, great weather. We're going to start to warm up a little bit better. We have a rain chance that'll arrive late Monday night, and that's going to keep that rain chance going on into Tuesday, Wednesday. We could still see some showers. We're going to be in the lower 70s to start out the week, but then beyond that, some colder air is on the way. We're going to get some cold air. We're also going to get some stronger winds too, which might make it even feel a little bit cooler. I think we'll be talking about high temperatures in the lower 60s towards the end of this upcoming week, and then by Friday or so, we could be seeing temperatures around 50 degrees. So some much colder air going to be coming in as that cold front moves through for the early to middle part of this upcoming week. Reporting out here from Murfreesboro, Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Thanks, Brett. Well, don't go anywhere because the frenzy is not done yet. After the break, we're going to break down our Fox 17 top 17 teams as we kick off the second week of the postseason. Stay with us. The frenzy is back right after this. We are inching closer and closer to the second round of the playoffs, where teams all across Middle Tennessee look to extend their season just a little bit longer. Now, we've previewed a lot of the big matchups tonight, including a handful of teams in our Fox 17 Top 17. For more on that, let's bring in MTSU football analyst and host of 102.5 The Game, Joe Dubin.
Hi, Joe. Here we go. Week 2 of the playoffs. Again, here's our Fox 17, top 17 of the teams that are remaining in playoff contention. Number 17, White House Heritage. The Patriots have made the second round. Good luck to them tonight. Number 16, the Brentwood Bruins taking on Stewart's Creek. That's a huge football game in round 2. Number 15, East Robertson. Yeah, they play some pretty good football in the country. East Robertson at 15. Number 14, Nashville Christian School. You know, I love their head coach, Jeff Brothers, best quarterback in the state, and Jared Curtis. They're on their way to Chattanooga. Big game tonight, though. Number 13, East Nashville, playing their best football of the season. They've made it to the second round. Number 12, big game down the borough tonight. It's the brother matchup, Riverdale versus Blackman. Riverdale comes at number 12. The Kreisky's battling again, but Riverdale is at 12 this week. Number 11, Stewart's Creek. We mentioned they take on Brentwood tonight, so Stewart's Creek at 11. Number 10, the Upperman Bees up on the plateau playing some very, very good football. Number 9, playing also some good football, Pearl Cone. And at 8, Marshall County. Those two are on another collision course. Marshall County at 8, Pearl Cone at number 9. And number 7, Shelbyville. That's right, Shelbyville moving up in our poll. Big game tonight in week 2 of the playoffs, round 2 versus Dolansville. Number 6, a team I've loved all year long, the Beach Buccaneers. Why? Because they run the football and they dare you to stop them. Coming at number 5, Innsworth. The Hasselbeck brothers doing a great job at Innsworth. They take on an MBA tonight. Number 4, Ingle Martin. All he does is win. CPA at number 4. Number 3, I've said it all year long, might have the best roster in all of high school football, the Page Patriots. Number 2, the Oakland Patriots. And at number 1, until somebody can knock them off, the Ravenwood Raptors with a big game tonight against Franklin. So there you go, Jill. That's our top 17, Fox 17, as we head into the second round of the playoffs. And again, get out tonight and support your local high school football teams. They would love to see you out there. All right, Jill, back to you.
before we say goodbye, we always like to end the show with our Fox 17 fantastic fans. And Brett, it's a little chillier tonight, but that didn't keep the fans from the second round of the playoffs in our game of the week.
No, it didn't. You know, this has been the coldest game that I've been at so far this season. We're in like the lower 50s right now. So, I mean, everybody's bundled up, though. So it should be a pretty good game tonight.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week for our final week of the Frenzy.